Hey friends, how you doing? I'm Jenny. I'm back again with another video. I hope you're well and staying safe. So this particular video is one of my lessons that I learned in my 20s. You know what 20s like? We have so many experiences. We go through things in life that challenge us, and many times we feel like it's the end of the world, okay? So in my 20s, I learned a couple of lessons that I would love to share with you, although I didn't finish the whole list because the list was really endless. But I realized I could come up with a few lessons, could be 20 plus, um, so that they can be able to help someone. If you are in your 20s, or you're going through your 20s, or you're about to approach your 20s, or you're even past your 20s, like some of us, what are the lessons that you have learned? And these are mine. So I hope they encourage you and help you to, get through life. Lesson number one is being patient. Patience is not something that we grow up wanting to hear, but it's very ideal and important in our lives. Patience helps you to know that some things are going to end. The season that will come and they'll be hard, and then the season that will be there that will be even better. So patience has helped me to learn in that sense and to help me to appreciate life in general, because without patience I don't think I would have been able to even do the half of the things I've been able to do. So patience is very ideal. I would encourage young people, if you're in your 20s, be patient. Success will come, and all the things that you want, they will come to you at the ideal time. Then lesson number two is things happen at the time they're supposed to happen, and not at your timeline but at God's timeline. When he decides them to happen, they happen to. And so I grew up thinking that it is all in my control to do certain things, and I didn't like the fact that sometimes things would take longer to happen. But then I realized that actually things happen when they're supposed to happen. And once you learn that when you're very young, it helps you to know that the season that you're in, the stage that you're in, will eventually pass, and you'll be able to get to where you want to go. It's just a matter of time. Then the third lesson that I learned in my 20s, to always secure the bag, which I didn't really pay so much attention to, but it's very pivotal. It's very important. If you learn it earlier on in your young life or adult life, it helps you more. Securing the bag, I mean securing your finances, taking care, being very responsible with your money, knowing where your money is going, knowing how you're spending your money. So those are things that I will talk more about finances and personal finances. But securing the bag is very, very important for any young person. You could be there and you're still in college or university, and you don't have so much money, or you don't get a daily income or a monthly income that comes, but you have people, relatives, sisters or siblings and parents that help you to facilitate your school life or your life. Like, you get people that give you money somehow when you're still young. Like, everybody feels pity for you, and they kind of give you some money for pocket money. So in that little money, build a strategy, build a system that helps you to even save little as 5% of what they have given you, or 10%. And if you get a job, even better. Some of us knew this, I knew this, but we didn't really practice it. And now in my 30s is when now that I have, done with my 20s, I want to, be more responsible in my 30s, so that I don't live the same way I lived in my 20s. And guess what? 30s have their own responsibility. The things you worried about in your 20s, in 30s, they don't even make any sense. So things change, things evolve, but making sure that you secure your finances, and making your working on your finances as early as in your 20s, the better. Then the other fourth lesson that I've learned in life, not to be jealous of other people, but to run my race. Because once you run your race, it helps you to appreciate life in general, but also to know that we are all on different paths. Even though you were born in the same womb from the same mother, Your journeys are going to be totally different. So running your race is very important. So I would encourage you to always run your race. Do not pay attention at other people's journeys. Run your race, and get to appreciate and be like, you know what, my race is different, and if I don't focus on other people, I'll get to appreciate more of what I have. So running your race is very, very important. Then the other lesson that I learned is focus on what is important. I know in your 20s, you really don't know what's important. You have not found your purpose. You're just trying to figure it out. Even in your 30s, we take long to find our purpose. Sometimes we are just trying to figure things out, and nobody has things figured out. Even the people that have all the money, they don't have everything figured out. Once you learn that at a very young age, you don't put so much pressure on yourself. You go through the stages that you're in. You go through those heartbreaking stages. You learn through mistakes. In your 20s, you make tons of mistakes. And then you get to appreciate, you're like, yeah, these experiences make me who I am. In those mistakes, you learn from. So lesson 5 is make sure you focus on what's important, and what's not important, do not pay so much attention on it. Because what is important right now in your 20s is when you get to 30, it will not even make any sense. So focus on what's important. Lesson number 6 is appreciate and stay in a state of gratitude. This one I talk about it so many times on my channel, but it's something that I can never stop talking about gratitude, because gratitude is a magnet to miracles. Gratitude is what gives God a boost to give us more things. Once you wake up in gratitude, once you stay grateful, even for the little that you have, God will give you more. It's just like that. Then lesson number 7 is to share the little that you have. Share with someone, share with your friend. Like, learn to share as early as possible. I didn't know this so much until I started actually reading books, self-help books, and I realized that actually the people that are very successful are people that are very generous. So generosity is very important. If you learn that very early on in your 20s, you are going to build a fortune, and blessings are going to come in different forms. It might be money, it might be career, it might be just different opportunities will show up your way because you are generous. And giving back is more than receiving. Like the Bible says that the more you give, the more you receive. Does the Bible say? Or yeah, people have talked about that, but it's a common phrase that it's more blessed. Actually, in the Bible, it's more blessed to give than to receive. But even people talk about it. The more you give, the more you get. It's just standard. And it helps to actually get to appreciate life more, and you get to yield so much from life. Then the other lesson that I learned in my 20s is continuous growth. Continuous growth. Continue to learn. Do not block your blessing, or do not block yourself from learning. I know once we're out of university, we're like, oh God, to hell with books, I am done, but learning doesn't end. It has no time limit, it has no age limit. So continuously grow as a person, continuously learn. And learn from people, learn from your parents, learn from your friends, learn from any opportunity or any avenue that can help you grow or learn something. From books, learn as much as you can, because knowledge doesn't end. The more you keep learning, the more you keep seeking it out, it will continuously come back to you. The other point, lesson that I learned in my 20s that I want to share with you is faith. I know I talk about my faith journey so much on this channel, and as a person, I am a Christian. I love God, but faith has helped me so much in my life, mostly my 20s, to help me fight battles that I know and those that I don't know. So connecting with God is very important. If you are a person who's not a faith-based person, or you don't really know God, or you don't love God, or you don't understand it, it can just start by just appreciating life, and asking God to to speak to you or to make himself known to you in a way that you understand. But keeping faith in your life, or having faith in your life, is very, very important, and to help you to go so many, it will help you to fight so many, challenges in life. It's just like life is full of challenges, but once you're a faith person, you focus those things, those worries and anxieties and challenges to God, and he's going to handle them for you. Then the other lesson, I think it's lesson 10 that I learned, is success comes after you're dedicated. So hard work plus dedication gives you success. And this one is like hard work. We've all grown up hearing our parents telling us hard work, work hard, work hard. People our teachers in school, work hard, and we thought it sounded so cliche, but it makes sense now. Although it's not entirely true that hard work gives you success, I feel like hard work plus working smart plus dedication and consistent gives you success. So find your model that works for you, but continuously work towards your goals and dreams, and that at the end of the day you will yield results. They'll come eventually. I'm trying to remember my points that I scripted down. I don't want to forget any. Yeah, and then staying true to yourself, and this one is very important, because many times in our 20s we are trying to live people's lives, and we are living in people's shadows, which is so wrong. You gotta stay true to who you are. Stay true to yourself. Do not lose yourself in the process of impressing other people. Okay, it doesn't work and it doesn't help. So stay true to yourself. Stay true to your values and principles, if you have any. And if you don't have any, you gotta find them, because that will help you to stay stable and to stay, and in a stable state where you're not going to be pushed around by people doing things that you don't like, but because you're trying to please other people. That brings me to another lesson. Say no, and do not apologize for it. Learn to say no. I learned this later on in my 20s. And that helped me greatly. I used to be a people pleaser. I used to be a person who likes to please people. And so I would make sure that I always want to make sure other people are happy at an inconvenience of my happiness. And that helped me to really to be in that state of depressed. I was depressed at some point. Not depressed like really sad, but I was sad to myself that I was not giving myself opportunities to live in my own truth, because I wanted so much to please other people, and that is not good. That actually affects you in a way in the long run, and it's not good. You gotta live your truth. You gotta you gotta run your race, because at the end of the day, yourself, you are more important than anything. So yeah, so say no and do not apologize for it. No one needs to know. No, and you don't need to make people feel like, okay, I'm saying yes, but I want to say I explain yourself so much so that it feels nice for people. Don't waste your time. Okay, run your race and just stay true to who you are. And then the other lesson that I learned in my 20s is becoming your best cheerleader. This one is like really a very and someone might think it's not a big lesson, but it is a big lesson. Becoming your best cheerleader helps you to to live in a state of gratifying yourself, in a way that when you get a small win or a big win, you are cheering yourself. Even when things are hard, you cheer yourself, and you're like, things are not going to stay hard this way. Things are not going to stay like this forever and ever. So that helps you to kind of to be your best cheerleader in all season. Like, I am my best cheerleader. I love myself. Like, I cheer myself up. Even when things are really, really, really bad, I continue to encourage myself and tell myself, I will make it, I will do it. That failure is not final, it's just a stepping stone to where I'm going. So I keep on keeping on, pushing on. I keep on cheering myself up to not give up. That helps you to not give up on yourself. And then the other point I would say is to learning from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes as much as you can in your 20s. If you don't, you're gonna have wasted those experiences. Okay, in your 20s, when we make tons of mistakes, many mistakes. Okay, there are people who are saints who don't actually make mistakes. I did make tons of mistakes. I mean, financially, I mean, just life. I just did so many mistakes, but there were experiences for me. There were experiences for me that made me who I am today. And I appreciate God for those mistakes, because I can look back and I say, wow, I survived that. So I can survive anything. So learning from your mistakes is very, very, very important. And then the other point I would share with you is just finding your purpose if you can. Like, finding your purpose is very important and very good if you're even still young. Once you find your purpose at a very young age, it helps you to actually walk in that purpose. If you cannot find your purpose, it's harder. If the on there's so many books out there that can help you find your purpose. There's so many materials that have been written that can help you find your purpose. But even asking God to show you what your purpose is so important. But also looking at the things that actually make you happy. Your purpose could be in there. The things that you can do effortlessly, or the things that you can do forever without even being paid for, but you find a gratification in them, or you find some sort of joy. That could be your purpose. Your purpose sometimes is hidden in your passion, or your purpose could be that something that why you are on this planet, why are you here. A wonderful evangelist, pastor, who I love so much, called Rick Warren, wrote a book, The Purpose Driven Life. If you can find it, that book has so much perspective, and I feel like it can help someone. So if you can, find it and read it, it can help you kind of to get to know, what the hell are you here for? Why are you here? You're not just living. You're not just here to eat and sleep and go to work. There has to be a more bigger mission that you're here to accomplish. So find that as early as possible. If you do, it will help you to kind of like go through life in a way, it's in a meaningful way, not just going through life. I came up with 20. I don't know if I've made 20, but I think most of them, I've really said them. But yeah, so those are the points, those are the lessons that I learned in my 20s that I believe can also help you in your 30s, or you're starting your 20s, or in your teens, to help you find perspective. And to know that, what, things will always change, like seasons will change. What you're going through right now will not be what you're going through tomorrow. So what you go through tomorrow. So know that, and live in a state of hopefulness. And then the other point that I didn't talk about is having hope. Being hopeful, even in hopeless situation, is a very key lesson that I learned in my 20s. And the other point, now I'm remembering them. The other point is having a teachable spirit. Yes, it's very, very important. I learned this earlier on when I was just starting. I remember my boss telling me that I'm not teachable. I never used to like people to confront me. I never used to like people when they give me advice. I always felt like I needed to protect myself. And that came from deeper things like self-confidence, self-esteem. But once you find having a teachable spirit, it will be easier for people to pour inside of you and not harder. So make sure that you are teachable. Give people opportunities and avenues to teach you. Learn as much as possible. Do not block yourself from learning from people. You can learn from a child, you can learn from an old person, you can learn from anyone. So just have that teachable spirit, that even when people are trying to rebuke you, know that they're doing it in love. Of course, you have to make sure that those people have good intentions as well. But many times the people that are in our lives are there to help us to grow. But if you don't have a teachable spirit, it will be hard for you to grow, really. It will be really hard. So those are the lessons that I learned in my 20s. I hope they stay. I hope they stick. I hope they encourage you. I hope they help you to become your best self. Until next time, my friends, stay blessed and stay safe. And if you're new to my channel and you like this kind of content, lifestyle, mostly lifestyle, inspirational, motivational, I'm your girl. So click on that notification bell so that you don't miss out anytime I upload a new video. But don't also forget to share with your friends, and above all, don't forget to subscribe. Okay? Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for those who watch continuously. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye.